Lifecycle block overview. The lifecycle block changes Terraform's decision rules. Those rules apply only to Terraform's graph planning, not to AWS itself. AWS still accepts create, update, and delete calls as normal. This means lifecycle can prevent or reorder actions even when the provider would allow them. Some changes force replacement because the remote object cannot be modified in place. Default replacement order is destroy, then create. Destroy, then create creates downtime if the old object is still in use. Create before destroy creates the new object first, then destroys the old object. Create first only works if the provider can create a second object without collisions. If the remote API enforces unique names, create first can be impossible. Terraform then cannot satisfy the ordering rule and the plan fails. This means create before destroy is a request, not a guarantee. Prevent destroy blocks any graph path that includes deletion of that object. Terraform raises an error during planning because the plan includes a destroy action. This blocks accidental deletions caused by refactors, replacements, or targeting mistakes. It also blocks legitimate teardown unless you remove the guardrail first. Terraform normally converges remote objects back to configuration. Ignored changes tells Terraform to stop caring about specific attributes after creation. The remote object can drift, and Terraform will not attempt to revert it. This reduces churn, but it also reduces detection of unauthorized changes. If you ignore an attribute, Terraform no longer validates that attribute against your intent. That turns infrastructure as code from enforcement into documentation for that attribute. If the ignored attribute holds a security boundary, drift can persist silently. This makes ignored changes a risk trade, not a convenience flag. Some objects should be replaced when a related object changes, even if Terraform would not replace them. Replace triggered by forces replacement when a reference address changes. This creates a controlled blast radius by making dependencies explicit. It also increases replacement frequency, which increases operational risks if misused. A precondition asserts a truth Terraform must satisfy before it applies a change. If the condition is false, Terraform fails before touching AWS. This is a safety mechanism when types and syntax are valid, but intent is unsafe. It converts a tribal rule into an enforced rule. On a submarine, a tagged out valve is physically blocked from actuation until the tag is removed. The mechanism is procedural friction applied at the point of action. The outcome is that accidental but valid actions are prevented during stress or fatigue. Prevent destroy is the same pattern for infrastructure with irreversible blast radius.